Hello everybody and welcome back to Fabio Finds, a video series where our friend Fabio finds us a book and I read it to you, Ms.Rachel. Alright, let's see what our friend Fabio has for us today. And he got one of my favorites. This is The Library and it is by Sarah Stewart. Pictures done by David Small. And based on our cover, what do you guys think that this book could possibly be about? I'm pretty sure you could have some good ideas. Something I want you all to keep in mind as we go through our story. What's the best story you've ever heard of? And why is it your favorite? Is there something about the characters you really enjoy? Do you really like the way the story has been told? Maybe there's just something really cool in the book that you like a lot. Either way, I want you to think about why it's your favorite. And as we go through our book, you can try and see if you can figure out why our main character is motivated to read like she does. Alright, then our friend Fabio has agreed to turn the pages for us today and be kind of like our book guide, so thank you very much, Fabio. Alright, The Library by Sarah Stewart, pictures by David Small. And it looks like we have an author's note right here in the beginning, and it says, "To the memory of the real Mary Elizabeth Brown, librarian, reader, friend, 1920 to 1991. So with that author's note, we can determine that this book was based on a real person. That Elizabeth here, our main character, was a real person at some point in time. That's pretty neat, huh? With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our book. And it starts with our friend Elizabeth just dropping right out of the sky. So it says, Elizabeth Brown entered the world dropping straight down from the sky. Elizabeth Brown entered the world skinny, nearsighted, and shy. I think we can already determine what kind of writing style our book is in. And it is, you guessed it, rhyming. One of my favorites. She didn't like to play with dolls. She didn't like to skate. She learned to read quite early and at an incredible rate. She always took a book to bed with a flashlight under the sheet. She made a tent out of covers and read herself to sleep. Elizabeth Brown went to school dragging a steamer trunk. Elizabeth Brown unpacked her books, breaking the upper bunk. Oh boy. She sat in all her classes and doodled on a pad, adrift in dreams of entering a reader's Olympiad. She manufactured library cards and checked out books to friends, then shocked them with her midnight raids to collect the books again. Elizabeth Brown preferred a book to going on a date. While friends went out and danced till dawn, she stayed up, reading late. She took the train one afternoon and promptly lost her way. So she bought a house and settled down to tutoring for pay. Elizabeth Brown walked into town, summer, fall, winter, and spring. Elizabeth Brown walked into town looking for only one thing. She didn't want potato chips. She didn't want new clothes. She went straight to the bookstore. May I have one of those? Elizabeth Brown walked right back home and read and read and read. She even read while exercising and standing on her head. Goodness me. What do you guys think that Elizabeth might be reading about? Do you think she has a favorite type of book? What kind of a book do you guys want to recommend? Have you thought about your favorite story yet? Let us know. You can raise your hand quietly or even type in the comments down below. She made a list of groceries and tucked it into her book, then lost the list among the fruits and left with nothing to cook. She read about Greek goddesses while vacuuming the floor, attending only to her book she'd walked into a door. Books were piled up on top of chairs and spread across the floor. Her shelves began to fall apart as she read more and more and more. Big books made very solid stacks on which teacups could rest. Small books became the building blocks for busy little guests. When volumes climbed the parlor walls and blocked the big front door, she had to face the awful fact she could not have one more. Oh dear, what do you think our friend Elizabeth should do with her books? What do you think you would do with all those books? Let us know. Elizabeth Brown walked into town that very afternoon. Elizabeth Brown walked into town whistling a happy tune. She didn't want a bicycle. She didn't want silk bows. She went straight to the courthouse. May I have one of those? The form was for donations. She quickly wrote this line: I, E. Brown, give to the town all that was ever mine. What do you guys think that she's giving them? Well, it looks like that answers that question. I guess we now know why our book is titled The Library. What a kind way to give back to the community. Elizabeth Brown moved in with a friend and lived to a ripe old age. They walked to the library day after day and turned page after page. After page. I really love the cat in the book. And there's our teddy bear. Did you guys notice him throughout the book? Well, that's the end. Dance party! We hope you enjoyed this book a lot. Fabio and I always appreciate it when you join us on our adventures. And we would really love it if you guys wrote in the comments and told us what your favorite part was, or what stuck out to you the most. But, as always, we really enjoyed you joining us. And we really hope to see you again soon. Alright, bye-bye now.